Hello again. Alright, we're back for day 3 of your worksheet for this week, right? Now, our topics for day 3 is squares, or perfect squares, and square root. So there are two little topics that we need to cover, right? So square and square root. All right. Now, let's get into the basics of squares. All right. We have squares and square roots. Now, we're not going to teach you how to go into the actual calculation of square root. You're going to learn the basics. There are some square root that I think should be right here. Okay? So now, okay, let's look at a number, for example. Let's see. Okay, let's look at this. Have you seen numbers that look like that have a big number at the bottom and a teeny tiny number at the top? Okay, no. When a 2 is on top, we call that squares. Okay? Now, this 2 up here is called an exponent. Okay? So the numbers at the top are called exponents. That can be a 3, a 4, a 5. But for today, we're focusing on 2. So that means that we are focusing on perfect squares. Okay? This bottom number here is called the base. Okay? Now, 5 squared. Now, what does 5 squared mean? What could it possibly mean? Now, we need a number that would represent this, because to us, that's not a number, right? 5 squared. What on earth is 5 squared? Now, for you to find that, you see this little exponent at the top? This tells you how many times you're going to multiply the base by itself. Okay? So, you're going to multiply this number by itself how many times? 2 times, right? So, we're going to multiply. There's going to be 2 of this number. 5 by itself. See, 5 and 5. That tells you how many of that number will be there. See? 5, 5. See? 2. Okay? Now, 5 times 5 will give us what? 25, right? 5 times 5 is 25. So, a number is a perfect square when it can be multiplied by itself when it can be multiplied by itself 2 times, it is a square. Okay? So 5 squared would give us 25. So 25 is a perfect square because 2 numbers can be multiplied by each other for you to get this number. Okay? So now the square root now is the opposite of squares, right? Now when you hear the term square root, there's a specific symbol for square root. There's 2 actually, depends. There are some computers or devices that only has this for the symbol. There's some that has this for the symbol for square root. Okay? Now, if you have, let's say you have the number, we're going to use the same 25 here so you can see exactly the relationship between square and square root. Okay? Okay. So, what number times what number will give you 25? See, we already did that. 5 times 5 will give you 25. So the square root of 25 is 5. Why? Because 5 times 5 gives you 25. Right? So, on one end, we have squares, right? 5 times 5 will give you 25. This is called a square. And when you're given the square and you want to find out this part here, this part is called the square root. Okay? These numbers are called the square root. Okay? What times what gives you the perfect square? That is called the square root. Okay? That will be 5. Let's look at another one. If we have the number 49. 49. What times what will give you 49? The number 7 times itself, right? Or 7 squared. Alright? 7 squared is equal to 7 times 7, which will give you 49. Now, if you see something like this, and you must provide a square root for this number, what will it be? It will be the same 7, because 7 times 7 is equal to 49. Okay? Now, I have a little task for you to do, and this one will be for some extra points. So you have from today, which is Monday, up to Thursday at 12 in the afternoon. Thursday at 12 is the deadline for this 5 extra points that you can get. Okay? How can you get this extra point? No. Actually, I will give you until Wednesday, not Thursday, because Thursday, Thursday. Let's leave it at Thursday. Just to give you a fair chance. Okay? You're supposed to send a video to me, not in the chat group. Send a private WhatsApp message with yourself reciting the square numbers. Okay? And by that I mean 1 times 1 is 2 times 2 is 3 times 3 is all the way to 12. You need to show me that it is right here. Okay? I don't want to see you reading. I will look at your eyes. I will peel my one so I can see if your eyes is going left and right. That means you're reading from something. It's supposed to be here. Okay? And if you have it here, that assignment that you're supposed to do on Thursday will be a piece of cake. Alright? Easy, easy, easy. Once you have it here, that assignment can be done in 2 minutes. Okay? So you're going to recite. 1 times 1 is 2 times 2 is, and you give me the number. Don't leave that blank like myself. Okay? 3 times 3 is, 4 times 4 is, all the way to 12. And when is the deadline? Thursday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? So that, and you will be getting your extra 5 points. Okay? So I hope that I explained square and square roots clear enough so that you can do an awesome job. Remember, everything that you do it to the best of your ability. All right?